I'll go sweet. I'll go different. I'll go like this rant right now because one of you fuckers might do it because this is the moment. I'm doing secret content. I fucking made a secret Zoom for you fuckers tonight. Here we are. I don't need to be doing this shit. I'm dying out here for you guys. You got your perspective. I just want to be happy. Don't you want to be happy? The way I think about functional content is that the piece of content starts the process of you doing something, and it creates experience, it creates access, it creates surprise and delight. I remember way back when in the early days of Wine Library TV, I did something where I was doing a Wine Library TV show, but then I flashed a URL, or it might have been on my chalkboard, I don't remember, but it sent you to a URL where you did something and it sent you somewhere else. Ultimately, it all led to like you getting like a $30 swag pack, and a bunch of people went through that kind of Easter egg hunt. To me, that's what it is. We did a post recently where I posted on Instagram, there was like a hidden link, you just clicked it, you're on a Zoom, I'm there. It's almost like a key, a trigger. It creates functionality, access, surprise and delight, things of that nature. So a post that is more than just the content itself, it's a starting point to something else. Ultimately, what I'm most excited about is I think it brings value. When the promise on the other end is valuable, I think those kind of things trigger. And I think that putting out content that is for your community, the people that are actually about your community, it's gonna cause your community to pay attention more if there's something on the other side for them in functional content. I think it's just the way human psychology works.
This is fucking crazy. What? I'm just sitting here editing my podcast, took a second, and now I'm talking to Garyvee.
That is how it works.
Right? You just gotta take the action. So I've just got one question. If you are in a weird niche, right? Something that's like outside of the ordinary, seems like you've got to explain it to people. What is your strategy for making it mainstream?
Waiting.
Yeah.
I just want everybody to hear what I'm about to say. I want everybody to hear this. When I was yapping about social media, people thought it was dork ass shit. Waiting. When you're in a niche, it always becomes not a niche if it was meant to be. Hip hop was a niche. Video games were a niche. Everything that it matters. TikTok was shit on by every guy 18 months ago.
Gary, you don't even know how perfect it is that you said waiting. Listen, you probably don't even know what I'm talking about, but in human design, my friend, you are a projector. Their literal strategy as a person is to wait, to wait. You're such a perfect demonstration. I've got a whole blog post about you, a whole YouTube video.
Send it to me.
I'm so jazzed.
I'm so jazzed too,
I fucking will.
You know what's really fun? I love that you're first in this, because talking about innovation, like I literally think the post that I just posted is going to be one of the bigger things I've ever done. I'm not kidding. I think this concept of functional social media is wild. Like you post it, but then that triggers, it's the seed of starting something. Like and this is going to be my call, like definitely my go-to, access. I know people want to ask me questions. I know people like interacting with me. I love interacting with you. I love looking at Josh Kaufman's face right now, or Fool Around the World. Or, like I love looking at this Tabitha Clark, or, ESQ. Like I love this shit. But like, the fact that like I can put out a piece of content and there's an Easter egg in it now, and that's like a portal to where you can find me for 25 minutes, like this is going to get fun. It's going to make social media fun again, because I'm just putting out a seed right now, but all of y'all, like the world's going to make it better. But awesome. This is just like, how cool is this? I post something, it's the trigger to a secret Q&A session. I love it. Thank you, Tiff.
Thank you.
I'm gonna go with
big shout out Gerald Guevara, Zach Pease, Oscar Estrada, what's good? Ethan Trout, I see you. Osvaldo Martins, what's good? Sean, I see you, Sean. Via, I see you. Shervin, Gerard Hines, I see you. What's good? What's good? What's good, everyone? All right, who's up?
Arn. Sorry, I can't pronounce.
Don't worry, I'm probably pronouncing every single person's name that I just said wrong. Don't worry. Andrew
Am I
Von
on?
Rien, what's good?
Yeah, you're on.
Hey, hi man. My God, my God. Okay. I was just finishing writing a song and I just saw your update. And I'm like, okay, let's see. It's 4 a.m. here in India, by the way. And
I'm impressed with the hustle, bro. 4 a.m. Jesus.
like, not gonna lie, I don't really have a question for you. I just want to give you a lot of love
Please.
because I just posted a story a few days back. I shut down my personal account and I'm going ham on being an artist. And one of the last stories on my personal account was I just posted all your content that I had saved before I deleted my personal account. And I'm like, this is for you guys, my last parting gift before I go ham on being an artist. And my last story was like, your picture. And the post was like, patience is an underestimated thing, right? That was your last post that I posted. And I captioned it as, I'm going to meet this guy one day. Not as a fan, but as a fellow human being who just loves this guy.
I appreciate you, my man. I'm so glad we got to interact just now. I wish you nothing
I mean,
but good.
just love it.
Keep going,
Love it,
bro.
love it.
Keep going. We'll talk
Love
soon. Thank you.
You're
Love you
everywhere.
back.
You're everywhere. Love
Trying.
You. Love you so much.
Trying. Love you back. David Boyd, I see you joining. Valentina De La Torre, great to see you. Thank you for being here. Orlando, Matt, I can't see you through it. Cedric, Justin, Mullity, Matt, Orlando, Ashqueek, Derek Martin. I see a lot of things that I can't see their faces. Put your video up. Put your video up. Let me see those faces. Amir Vincent Flory, what's good? IG Winston Williams. .dk is in the building, and he's got big fucking guns. Let's keep it going. Dustin, I'm ready to talk to humans. I see you, Zach.
Morgan Milan.
Crushing it.
Yo,
Yo,
am I speaking to Garyvee?
you are Morgan. Am I speaking to Morgan with a tremendous haircut right now that I'm massively jealous of?
You are. What about the mustache, dude? What do you reckon?
The mustache I can pull off, but I can't pull that
Yeah.
little puff up.
I can't believe this is so cool. I just dropped by,
Thank
and
you.
all of a sudden, dude, I've got nothing to say. I just love your content.
Thank
I
you.
thought I'd drop by and see if this was the real deal. And as it
It's the real
transpires, it
deal.
actually is.
It is the real deal. I've been thinking about this concept of making social media content matter more, do more, create more. And I think this concept of functional content is real. Like, just imagine your favorite hip hop artist posts a piece of content, but it's not just him or her in the studio. She's saying, come and be with me in the studio for 20 of you are going to come and be in the studio with me. Here's the link. Like, I just think there's more shit we can do. I think,
Yeah, man.
and I want to test. I've always innovated. And I think the post I just posted is an innovation, one that can become standard social media practice in 5 years. So I'm excited about it. I think tonight's a special night, and I'm glad all of you are here.
Yeah. Cool, dude. Awesome. I love it.
Awesome. Thank you, brother.
Fantastic idea.
Thanks for the love.
No
We'll talk
worries.
soon.
Thank you, Gary.
Alfredo Campos, I see you, bro. Thank you for coming through.
I'm gonna put on Nicolas.
Joaquin, I see you, bro.
Alessandro.
Good.
If
Emery.
anyone that's waiting that doesn't realize,
Todd's iPhone, I see you, big boy.
use the raise hand button if you have a question for Gary, please. Thank you.
I know people thought this link was fake. I see you, Jonathan. I see you, bro. I see the deuces. Austin NN is in the building. I see my guy.
Hello.
Hello, Nicholas.
Oh my God. I can't believe this. I can't believe that I'm talking to Garyvee. I'm from Argentina. I follow you from years. I always thought, oh my gosh, if someday I could speak to you, this is incredible.
Where are you from, my friend?
Incredible. I'm from Argentina.
Argentina. Fantastic. How are you?
I'm great. Literally, watching your videos took me off from a deep place where I didn't know what to do, where to stop, where to go. I started making content in my Instagram for selling some products. Then I got hired in a magazine, and now producing content for that magazine, and it changed my life completely. Really, this is so awesome. And I wanted to ask you, I'm in the agro farming sector.
Yep.
content for a magazine.
Yep.
And I have two questions. My big interest is about healthy food, more like
Clean.
Yes, exactly.
I understand.
More fruits, more vegetables. But I am on the diary section, and I think I can bring so much for the producers to help them to become more sustainable. But on the same way, I have a conflict inside of me because I'm not so okay with that production. So I don't know if I am speaking
I
right.
totally understand what you're saying, my friend. If you don't believe in what you're supporting, you will ultimately die.
I do believe that we can make a change.
So then scream about it. I talk about making a change all the time.
Yeah.
If you believe you can make a change, then you need to yell at the top of your lungs. I believe that everybody that's in this room right now is very confused on how long life is. That's why I'm pounding in everyone's fucking face in here, patience. Because everybody's unhappiness comes from thinking they haven't made it when they haven't even fucking started. So what do? I fucking pound all of you 24/7, 365, fucking TikTok, LinkedIn. I'm going to chase you all around the fucking internet until you fucking succumb into understanding that almost all of your unhappiness and fucked upness is predicated on you not understanding how long your fucking life is.
Yeah, I know. You always talk about how to keep things in perspective and how to see the long term.
Life is only how you see it.
I struggle with that because I'm in my 34 years, and now just I'm having some income that allows me to be more comfortable, but I was struggling for a lot of time, and I see all my friends, the typical story.
Of course. Why do you think I talk so much about it? The easiest way to be unhappy is to compare yourself to somebody else. And oh, by the way, on the record, when are you going to compare yourself to somebody who has it shittier? I love people who are like, I like comparing myself, Gary. I'm like, okay, stop comparing yourself to fucking Beyonce, dick. Compare yourself to somebody who's got it shittier than you.
I completely understand. Just the in this pandemic situation, the whole thing about having some food to eat, having a roof, it's just unbelievable.
Somebody just died. Somebody just died in the world under 40 years old. Like, I don't understand why people compare themselves to the 1% of the 1% of the 1%. Why don't you compare yourself to all 8 billion? Let me promise you this, everybody who's in this room right now, there's 8 billion people on earth. If you had the luxury of having a phone, an Instagram account, and the ability to sign into this room right now, you're already beating by far more than half the world, just so you know.
Of course.
Of course, but nobody lives that way, Nicholas. Everyone's crying about what they don't have instead of being grateful for what they have.
Yes, I know, and that's such a powerful message.
And so, by the way, Nicholas, I'm answering your question right now for the last minute. You believe in something, talk about it. Forever, constantly, with everything from your fucking soul.
I will.
Love you. Let's move on. I want to get more people.
Thank you very much.
Let me keep giving some love to so many people in here. Turn on your cameras because I want to say what's up. Roy, what's good? Tyree B, what's good? Johanna, I love your hair. What's up? Diggity, what's good with that jersey? I see you. Charles Grant, I see you. Savannah, thanks for being in.
Hey.
Hey, oh, you're next talking. Savannah, what's good?
Perfect.
Perfect. Me and Dustin on that same wavelength. Let's go, Dust. Savannah, how are you?
I'm such a huge believer in energies. I'm the founder of S3 Yoga, and honestly, this would not have been possible without, I like to say I'm a proud student of Vayner University. Whew, sorry, my heart's beating.
No worries. We're good here. We got time. Don't worry. Functional content.
Can we take a deep breath together?
Actually, we can definitely take our deep breath together, but I have a question. When you saw the post,
yes,
you understood what was going on?
100%. So I literally just came from a photo shoot. I quit my 9-to-5. I'm modeling. I'm teaching yoga. Started S3 Yoga. Doing it. I'm literally literally in the shit with you. So my question to you right off the bat is, I'm a yoga instructor. I teach yoga for athletes. I'll sidebar on, I want to teach for Vayner Sports, yoga for athletes and that stuff. But I'm at the point now where I'm reaching out to brands, DMing them. What am I asking? Like, I'm a content creator. I'm doing the yoga. What's the best way to approach it? I'm doing the DMs, looking at their websites. All right, who works there? Going to people's LinkedIns. All right, how do I contact them? Who's the person? Or like, what would you recommend?
What are you trying to get to happen?
With regards to the yoga, two things. One, with S3 Yoga, we do private group and online yoga sessions for athletes. So I'm reaching out to individual athletes, but on a brand perspective, I'm a tall 5'11" model who does yoga. I have brands sending me stuff like that. So brand partnerships and then the yoga service.
So I think what you need to do is understand that just like boys hitting on girls, you can't go in for the kill on the opening move.
Right.
And that's, Savannah, what everybody makes the mistake of. You're worried about on the DM or the LinkedIn when you're reaching out for business on what you're going to get out of it.
Mm-hmm.
So you have to be very thoughtful of how you bring value. You know,
100%.
If I'm teaching yoga right now, I'm offering as many
free classes.
Free classes.
Say less. Free. I'm going live every Friday.
Good.
Sweat.
Honestly, that's the only shit that should come out of your mouth.
Say less.
Free. And by the way, not just Friday.
Right.
What's wrong with Thursday?
Do it every day. What am I doing? I'm in New York quarantining.
You're fucking quarantined. If I'm you, listen, you want to know 2002 Garyvee? I'm doing 4 yoga classes a day, 7 days a week. But I'm not saying that's what you should do. I'm just telling you to your face, just so nobody's not confused here, how Garyvee was built was really built on Twitter. It was 7 hours a day replying to people that didn't even know who I was. I was looking for people talking about wine using search and just talking to people. Let me say it clear for everybody in the back, 7 hours a day. I'm not saying people should do that. That's hard. I got crazy energy. But when you're fucking hungry and you want it, like fuck this one. And I'm proud of you because you're doing it. So I'm not downplaying this.
No, 100%.
But if you're doing free classes Friday, give me free classes 7 days a week. And then when give me 2 times a day. Like, fuck it. We're going for it out here.
Right. Because everyone's doing free, everyone's doing live. It's just like, it's getting noisy, I feel like, but you're right.
But here's the thing with noisy, Savannah, you're not in control of noisy. You don't get to say who goes free or not. You know how many people are pissed off that this is happening right now because they want to sell mastermind courses virtually for $1,000 and I'm doing it for free right now off a fucking post and they're not even in my fucking world? Those people that are trying to sell that shit, they don't get to control me. We don't get to control noisy. That's called supply and demand. That's called being good, being better at shit. You're not paying somebody to do your hair that sucks at it.
That's a fact.
Right?
That's
so
a fact.
So be good and charismatic and epic on fucking yoga lives. You know, like, let's go.
I'm the queen of good vibes. That's what we're doing.
So let's play this out. I want you to hear this.
Okay.
It's going to help a lot of people. So if you're the queen of good vibes and you got it like that, then you should say nothing about noisy. Let's get your mind right, Savannah. If you're so queen vibes, if you're so good, the fuck you talking about noisy for?
Because I'm fucking insecure and like all the shit that we talk about.
Yes, I love you. Thank you for going. That's it. So that's it. That's what I'm trying to talk about. Well, good news. You can be insecure. It's not good nor bad for any of us. It's like there's really no reason to be insecure other than the elements that got you there. What's amazing about this moment is let's fucking cut it out because nobody gives a shit.
No one gives it. Everyone has their own shit.
You know what's amazing? Once people realize they need, like, do you know why I'm unstoppable? Because I don't think I mean anything in the face of all the accolades. Do you know why I made this functional post? Because young boy calling me out fucking blew my mind. And I just needed to flex on that shit. So then I turned it into something good. But even in the face of that, I still know if I walk off stage tomorrow, people be like, where did Garyvee go? I get a couple seconds of love. And then every one of you fuckers go back to your normal life, regardless of how much I impacted you. The second you realize you don't mean shit is the second you realize how happy you can become. Everybody feels insecure because they want to be somebody. I'm fucking the most secure because I know I'm nobody. Now, comma, I think I'm special. I'm trying to make November 14th a national fucking holiday out here.
Right.
Like you know, but I think it's a balance of that. And I think that worrying about other people's opinions, what your mommy thinks, what your daddy thinks, what your friends think. What your
in yoga, we call it non-attachment.
I'm so unattached, you don't even fucking know. I'm fucking floating out here.
I'm right there with you.
But you're not. You're aspiring to be there with me.
Yes.
Because when I promise you that I have no fucking idea what any other person that kind of looks like me is doing out there, I have no fucking idea. Because their winning isn't affecting me. Which then makes you a positive person because I'm cheering for everybody out here. I'm cheering for all of y'all. You think I'm scared about people that steal my shit and resell it? I don't give a fuck. You may think that's taking money out of my pocket. I don't give a fuck. As a matter of fact, it means I have the leverage, not the other way around. There's people making jokes about me behind my back, taking my shit and reselling it, and I'm not selling it, that make jokes. I laugh at them. I'm laughing out here, Savannah. They're making $40,000, $500,000 on my content, repackaging it, selling it bullshit courses. I don't give a fuck.
Right.
It's not taking anything out of me, and they need me. I don't even know they exist. That's like my favorite when people don't like it when I say something special, you know, unfollowed. You think that shit hurt me? You think leaving a comment saying unfollowed because you didn't like who I voted for or you didn't like this or that, you think that hurt me? That hurt you.
Right.
That hurt you. Get to that fucking place, Savannah.
I will.
Good.
Every day. It's like some days I need to take a week off from Gary and actually go do shit. But then other weeks it's like I need to hear it. I need the reminder. I feel like it's teaching listening to you every day through the podcast. It's like choosing your parents, right? Where I'm unlearning bad habits that society and my parents have taught me and I need it every day.
And you
I think, I don't need to listen anymore, but I need it every day.
And you want to hear something crazy? And I listen to myself every day too. I'm talking to myself every day.
It's every day.
Every day.
Every day.
All right.
Well, thank you so much,
You're
brother.
welcome. Todd, what's good? Alfredo's still in the building. Rory's in the building. Martina, good to see you. Ivan David, great to see you. Will Calmer.
We're here.
Oh, somebody's talking. What's good? Who?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. How's it going, Gary?
What's good? Demarius?
Yo.
Oh, you got the crew. You got the full crew in there. Let's go. We got the squad in there.
Yes, sir. What's up, Gary, man? Look, man, so first of all, I want to say entrepreneurship, practice, and what's another good word for us? What? Empathy. Everything. I don't know. But look, man, so a couple weeks ago, we entered the HBCU Battle of the Brains competition. And we were actually the ones who asked you that question about if we won, we would get to hit, could we hit you up? We only came in third place, right? We're not even gonna hit them up. We're not gonna waste the time. We only came in third place. Yo. So then, we really talking Garyvee right now. I'm But man, so after that, we got a chance to speak to one of your HR people, Patrick Shaw.
Okay, yeah, out in LA.
Yeah. Yeah, so we got the.
Go ahead, I'm here.
We got the chance to speak to Patrick. And we were talking to Patrick about how excited we were to meet him, and we were telling him about some of the things we do. We literally we're in the car right now because we just came from doing our brand is All That Vintage, and we just came from literally doing a pop-up. It's our second pop-up. The first one went so well last week that we popped up here now. We did it again. Yeah. And we really okay, we hit up Patrick to see if there was any opportunities, and he was telling us about creator positions and how we would have to, how we just need to send him our websites and all of that to do that. And I guess to you right now is
as creators, Gary, we content create all day, Gary. And we love entrepreneurship. Literally, Gary, the reason why we're talking to you right now is because we were selling. We went to the street corner, and we're legally not supposed to be here, but we're selling our vintage clothing. and then we saw you had this going on, so we're here, and we're just wondering, is there any way we can create content and bring that same energy to you at VaynerMedia? What can we do, Gary?
One of the three of you email me right now, Gary at VaynerMedia, and say, yo, I'm one of the guys that's part of the 3-person crew, and let's talk, and I'll put it into motion.
Got you.
You the greatest.
All right, fellas. I got love for you guys. Thank you. You guys are the greatest. Thank you for the love. We're gonna figure something out. I got a specific idea. So, Damaris, if it's you or one of the other 2 guys, just say I was part of the 3-person squad. All right.
What's the email? What's the email?
Gary at VaynerMedia.com.
All right, it's gonna come from Dominique Tyrell.
Got it. I'm looking for it.
Right,
Lou, I know you're on this. Look for it. Justin, you took care of that person spamming the chat?
Yeah,
Good move. I'm impressed with your skill set. All right, let's keep it going.
not easy.
It's not that hard. Let's not get crazy. Kale Hunter, what's good? Stefan, what's good?
Natasha's on.
Natasha's on? Natasha, what's good? Marcos, Natasha?
Hi.
Hi.
Okay. I was on T back a few months ago. Well, not a few months ago, probably like 6 months ago. I, at that point, had like 60,000 on TikTok, and I've since more than doubled it. I get reached out to by brands all the time, like nonstop. I've turned down so many different offers. In choosing that and like monetizing the platform, just like overall advice and like choosing who to work with and who not to work with.
Are you not doing the brand stuff because you don't think it's right?
Yeah, so my TikTok is my business. I paint custom denim, I make earrings, all that kind of stuff.
I remember. Mm-hmm.
And so like I'll get reached out to by like a bikini company, and I'm like, that doesn't make sense.
And so have you been reached out to by anybody that does make sense?
Yeah, a couple times, but I still just say no.
Because you have an ideology.
I don't know, just the idea that.
Yeah, do you have an ideology against brands being able to do it? Like you don't think it's like you don't think it's the right thing to do? Why? You hate capitalism?
Yeah, no, I mean I don't know what it is, but there's been like maybe
you feel like a sellout?
A little bit, yeah.
Well, maybe you're too much of an artist.
So you're saying like just don't do it if it doesn't feel right?
Well, I mean, money sucks if it makes you unhappy.
Yeah. Yeah, that makes complete sense. Yeah.
I think so.
I mean, there's probably like a few like big brands that I would be like 100% yes, but so does it make it look bad if I'm?
No. All right, wait a minute. Now you're talking influencer strategy. Are you saying, let me get this if I'm getting it right, that you've been saying no to smaller things because you think it's going to fuck you up from getting Patagonia or Lululemon or
Correct. Yes.
They don't give a fuck.
Okay. All right. So for instance, I make stickers and I got reached out to by a water bottle company, and they were like a super small company or whatever. And in my mind, I'm like, oh, I'd love to work with like Hydro Flask because that's the brand that I already use and like love. So does it look bad if I've already worked with that smaller brand instead of like getting the bigger brand?
I would probably reach out on DM on Instagram and TikTok to Hydro Flask in that situation and say, hey, I've been reached out to a lot of other brands, but you're my favorite. And then I'd probably do that once every month for 3 months. And then after that, probably move on.
Okay.
That would,
yeah,
to me, I want you to be on the
that.
offense and patient. Be on the offense and be patient. So the 2 moves are you either reach out to the brands you want to work with, or you wait till you get big enough and they're reaching out to you. Both work. I think.
Okay. Yeah.
Oh, good. Got it. Awesome. Thanks.
Good
Tosh.
advice. Thank you.
I
don't want to hog up too much of your time.
No worries.
That was awesome. Thank you.
Yeah. Maya B, what's good? Niam Patel, what's good? Jayton, I see you. Isaiah F, eating that apple. All seriousness. I love that shit.
Trayvon.
Okay. Javier J's in the building. Barry Eisbaum. Todd's got his hoodie on. Orlando's got the Puma rocking. Oh, John's got the fucking leopard fucking.
He said, hello?
Right.
I can hear
Hello?
Yep, you're on.
All right. Awesome. This is amazing. I immediately said I had goosebumps. I got my daughter in my hands.
I love
But
it. Congratulations.
my question right now is, I guess I'm considered a dreamer amongst my friends.
Okay, because you don't do shit.
My goals are always a lot higher and I look a lot bigger than them. But with everything with COVID and how the changes in how people move, it's how do you go about really reaching out and getting these, making content with people who are on that same level? Like, how do you find these people who are basically in line with the things that you want to get done when it's almost taboo to meet with people in person? Am I reaching out
Well,
like
first of all, Trey,
Trey?
the COVID's not forever.
That's true.
So, is it taboo to meet with people? Yeah, a lot of people don't fucking want to meet. Other people do want to meet. So I think if you're reaching out to somebody to collab, and I'm going to ask you a couple more questions to figure out what's going on. But if you're looking to do something with somebody and they don't want to, like, when you reach out to them, you're like, hey, you want to do something virtually or in person? Let me know. That's how you ask. What are you looking to connect to do what? About what?
Oddly, my passion is to try to start a consulting company that deals in at-home cannabis operations in a legal state.
What do you mean at-home cannabis operations?
So basically putting together everything to set up for legal card holders to grow inside of their homes.
Love it. Understood.
We would consult.
So who are you trying to collab with? Other thinkers to start your firm?
Exactly.
Okay. So you're making an excuse that you can't meet in person, right?
That it feels that way.
Trey, can I ask you a question? Do you think your friends talk about you being a dreamer because you talk a lot of stuff, but you don't act on it? And I'm not asking you in a negative way. I want you to win. But when I hear you say your friends think of you as a dreamer, and then as I go through the series of my questions and I hear the way you're thinking, and I see you're saying it's taboo to meet in person, I'm wondering if you're creating excuses where there's no restriction. You can do everything you need to do virtually.
I guess really it's more of when I say, hey, this would be a great idea. I have my small circle, which is actually pretty small right now. It's that'll never work. That'll never work. That'll never work. Well, and cool. I just want to reach out to people who are like, yeah, let's get this shit going.
So reach out to people.
Mm-hmm. Well, I mean, I appreciate the time, and I appreciate.
Trey, real quick. No, I'm not letting you go that easy.
Easy.
When I say then reach out to people, what's making you not?
I have. I mean, I'm not saying
how
that
many.
I have.
How many?
At this moment, this is just something that is new. Probably within a month, so about 5 people.
Great. And nobody replied?
Actually, I've had two replies so far. So those are going in the right direction. But with the COVID thing, I haven't been really traveling to.
Why don't you Zoom then?
I've had video conferences, but I guess I just wanted more, if that makes any sense.
Getting what?
More people, or putting the things into place to get everything off the ground. Like I hear exactly where you're coming from, and honestly, just with the things that you're telling me, it almost seems as though like I'm my own roadblock. Let's just get the fucking shit going.
Everybody's their own roadblock. Good news, Trey, you aren't alone. Every one of us here are our own biggest roadblock. You know that, right?
Yeah, that's true shit.
And your ability to persevere through the people around you that are looking to keep you down because they have their own pain. Well, you have the ability to put positivity in your ears and not listen to that shit.
Exactly.
I find it funny that everybody understood as high school kids or junior high kids, let me put on music so I can hear the shit I want to hear instead of the outside noise. But then in real life, they don't realize they can do that too.
That's true shit. Yeah.
You need to figure out the allocation of what you're listening to.
I appreciate that, man.
I appreciate you, my man.
All right. Thank you
Glad
for
you're
this.
here.
This is amazing.
Of course. I got you.
All right.
Javier J, what's good? Alexis, I see you. Luke, I see you with the legacy over currency photo on the back. That's what's up. Joshua, I see you. Nice hair, nice beard, nice glasses. I like that.
Hi.
Hi.
Oh my gosh. Hi, Gary.
Hi, how are you?
I'm well.
Good, Tyra.
Hi. um, wow. So thank you so much for being you. You're totally like my shield. Like you were just telling the other guy, like I listen to your content to create that bubble so that I can keep and stay focused.
100%.
Yeah. So I wanted to thank you because I'm an acupuncturist and I got licensed about 3 years ago. I've kind of during that time I've just been like I read your book. I've gone through so much of your content. I did some garage sailing.
Did you have any good flips?
You know, I found these oh man, don't tell me I'm gonna lose my words now. Yu-Gi-Oh! These Yu-Gi-Oh! Tins on eBay that they were like $13 and a piece that they were selling on eBay, and then someone was just giving away for free like a huge garbage bag of them for free.
Yes.
They just left on the corner. So just the process of listing that and like knowing the details so that people will buy it, buy like mine as opposed to the other people who are listed on eBay. And then I guess it's just a matter of patience, really. But yeah, so I've been experimenting, like doing these micro experiments based off of things that you bring up, but also what you've been talking about with patience and having endurance for the long haul. It's really what's shifted my strategy. Like I'm applying for a job at the local organic market, Moms, just so because I figured out that in order to be able to communicate better, I need to actually need to like eat more, and that's going to help me find my communication strategy to do more of what you talk about, like on TikTok and on LinkedIn, because you see that's where the organic reach is right now. Does that make sense?
Of course it makes sense.
Yeah.
But I think what I want to make sure is that that's not the only place that you apply.
Yeah. Yeah, I also applied. I went back to the, I worked at an herb shop, the Smile Herb Shop in College Park for 5 years. So I got back in touch with them so that I'll be able to see clients there once they open up.
Yeah, I mean, you just have to weather the storm.
Yeah.
You just have to realize it's not forever.
Yeah.
Are you doing okay, or are you struggling during this downtime?
Yeah, I think mostly it's like the loneliness, because people are isolated, and
you know that you know that you're in control of your loneliness because you have the ability to go out and interact digitally. You know that, right?
Yeah, so things like this, like I signed up for notifications. I've been putting myself out there more.
Are you comfortable with that, or is that hard for you?
That's really hard. Like when you talk about documenting and being able to like just show up as you are on social media, just your quirks, people will find you. You don't have to change yourself. Like I'm definitely working on that.
Well, good news. I'm watching the chat right now explode with love for you. Like I highly, highly, highly recommend that you stay on here and connect with some of the people. I think everybody here should put their their Instagram username here. And like, I literally think you're going to make 4 friends right now that you can talk to. I really believe that.
Great. Yeah, I'll do that.
Yeah.
I'll do that.
The chat's lighting up right now. You see the chat in your screen? Cause you might be on an iPhone. You see where it is?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
Make some friends.
All right.
Because if anybody's in here, people.
I missed that. It cut off for some reason.
I said, if anybody's in this room right now, they're good people.
Yeah. Yeah.
Tristan wants to smoke a fatty. You smoke weed?
Tincture, but yeah.
Awesome. All right, let's move on. Thanks.
All right. Thank you so much, Gary.
Of course. Let's keep this going. Alan J, what's good? Kareel Patel, see you. Spencer N, what's good? Thanks for being in the room. Amir G, Flavio, I see you. Luke, see you. Zach's got the hair. ZZ, my man's got the hair. I see you, bro.
Yo.
Yo, who's here?
It's me, bro. It's me to the left.
I see you.
Yeah, so basically, bro, I don't know what to say, but you're one of the biggest inspirations I have.
Thank you, my
man. Just wanted to ask you a question. Then
Please.
I want to ask you something else. I want to ask you, if you had to start over with the knowledge you have right now, but with no resources, no money, no nothing, what is the first thing you would do?
I would go work for somebody that I want to be like for as little money as possible and live off that money.
Shit. Well, Gary, I've talked to David Meltzer, your good friend.
Yep.
And I've had an interview with him. And I've been talking to your assistants. I've been talking to VaynerMedia, trying to get you on my podcast for as long as possible. Bro, I've been DMing you fucking 25 times. I've been sending out tweets, doing all that shit. And I just want to see, bro,
good news. We're here.
Yeah. Yeah, but I would love to get like a deep convo going with you and share ideas and bring value to people, as you always say. So I would love to have you on. How can we make that happen?
Either the serendipity of a moment like this, or you build up leverage, right? Like life's about either luck or leverage. You know, so for me in this scenario, it's either, you know, sometimes in this exact moment I say yes, sometimes in this exact moment I say no, I'm still not sure where I'm going. The other way to get it done is for you to build a foundation of a meaningful platform that makes me want to be on it for the exposure, right? For me, I don't need you to make a meaningful impact on people in the world. You need me to bring exposure to you so that you can build a platform, and that's fine. I do that all day. I do that all the time. I can't do it for the 99.9% of people that ask me, because I mean, if you ever saw my DMs, you would laugh. Like there's, you know, 25 times 25,000 people times 25,000 times a day times, you know, and by the way, I'm flattered by that. I don't think I'm fancy. I don't think, but have you? My biggest problem, my man, is I'm into like June of next year of bookings to be on podcasts of people that I've promised 3 years ago, because I have no time, right? Like time's my biggest fucking problem. That's why I try to do, you know, it's why what I just did with this today is something I want more people to do, because the biggest thing you can give people is time. I'm doing it broadly here. You know, the tough thing with doing the show is time, but I'll say this, I'm happy to do 10 minutes.
10 minutes.
In Q1 of next year. So you can email me right now. Dustin will find it. You know, hit up Dustin or hit it, you know, or actually anybody on my team on here. Dustin, anybody from the team on here?
If you want, I could just put my email in the chat for Dustin.
I think we'll lose it. What's that, Dustin?
Yeah. Zane's here, and
Zane, can you take care of this? I trust you.
Yo, Gary, man, I don't know what to say, but
say thank you.
I respect. You know what? I'm gonna say something straight up, and I know all the people in this chat think the same thing. You're a fucking inspiration. You're literally bringing so much value to the world, and in those dark times with COVID and everything, everybody going through stress, anxiety, depression, and you're fucking bringing out that value, that positive impact to the world with all that negativity that surrounds us. That is just fucking crazy, bro. Keep doing what you're doing.
I will, my man.
I just saw today a post about Steve Jobs, how he was this leader, this big leader, but everybody, they just see the final product. They don't see what he did with his employees. But when I look at you, I see that you're trying to build that legacy, but also while putting in the empathy, while putting in the compassion and the love for people. And that's what makes you different. And I
Thank you,
love
bro.
that, bro. Respect
Thank
to
you
you
so
from
much.
the bottom of my
Thank you,
heart.
Todd. Thank
Do
you
you
so
want me
much,
to,
bro.
do you want me to put my email? Do
Zane,
I send it?
Zane's gonna figure this out. Dustin, what's going on with Zane? Do we know? Can you unmute Zane? Zane, you around? You alive?
Yeah, Zane's here. 1 second. Let me put
Because
up
Zane's, I see his video and audio, but I don't see him acting up. I see you, Hamza. I see those Nikes, bro. I see you
Yo,
trying to flex.
Fuad, I got you. I got your information. I'll hit you up this weekend.
My man, do you have my email?
I was gonna find you on Instagram, but
Basically, yeah. So hop up on Instagram, and it's mentally great. So mentally great. And Gary, I swear
Hold on,
God,
because I want to make sure this connection happens. Mentally great, Grey.
So mentally great, MENTALLY, great,
GRAY?
GREIT.
Oh, great.
Mentally
Gotcha.
great.
Gotcha.
So yeah, anyways, have a good day, bro. Wish
bro.
you all the best. And
Thank
I
you, bro.
always had that in mind. People around me told me, yo, when are you gonna interview Gary? Because I started interviewing all these influential and revolutionary people. I told them one day.
That
They
day's
all
locking
told me,
in.
man, don't dream too big. Don't dream too big. I was like, just see.
Nah, man.
You're gonna
Anybody that tells somebody not to dream too big has it completely flipped. The biggest problem in the world is people dream too small.
100%. But the thing is, I have to ask you, what
Ryan
is your
Moran, I
opinion?
see you, man.
What is
I'm
your
the little
opinion
one? What's that? Go ahead.
What is your opinion on being realistic? A lot of people around me, yo,
I like realism. I like
Yeah?
realism. I love realism. I'm
Uh-huh.
practical as fuck out here.
Yep.
I love practicality. But I never had anybody say to me, don't dream too big. You know why?
Yep.
When I would talk about shit that didn't look obvious, when I said I buy the jets and shit like that, but
Mm-hmm.
I was doing shit that made them scared to tell me not to dream too big. When I hear people get told you're dreaming too big, I get concerned because I think they're talking and they're not doing shit.
100%. I think a lot of people talk more than they do. And that's one thing about our world. But what is a lot of people have expectations, parents around them, friends that tell them, look, stick to the realistic thing. Don't aim too big. What would you say to that person?
I would say to that person that I'm not listening to you because I don't want your fucking life, Mom.
Well, Gary, it was a pleasure, bro. I
Pleasure,
hope
bro.
to talk to you soon.
Talk to you
Wish
soon.
you all the best. Keep doing
too,
what
bro.
you're doing, bro.
Gabriel Cruz, I see you. Fadil, what's good? Daniel K, I see you, bro. Jay Howard, thank you for coming in.
Hey, Gary.
CJ going through his cards like crazy. What's up?
Hey, Gary.
Hi.
We're all huge
We got
fans,
the whole-
including our son.
I love it. So, what are your names?
My name is Peekins.
My name's Daniqua.
My name is Kason.
Jason, what's good, bro?
And we
Jason, make sure you get this photo because it's gonna be a badass throwback Thursday one day, bro. You're gonna flex on him.
yeah, he made sure that we got the screen recorded. So we have a podcast called In Comes the Money. Not him, not yet.
Not yet.
And we're basically talking about here comes the value in life. So not specifically money itself, but other things in life that can provide you value. That can probably be more valuable than money itself. And we've been doing it for a few months now. I think we have like the talent and I guess we're meeting our expectations as far as like how we want it to be in some way for where we're at. But as far as getting it out to other people, we're really struggling with that. For me, I'm like a visionary kind of guy. I'm really creative. I think in a few years I'm gonna be just like you or a version of you.
Yes.
My wife, she is like really good with just executing. She knows what to
She's
do.
she's the operator. You're the creative.
Exactly.
Okay, good. That makes sense. That's a good team.
It's been working out really well. It's just now we're trying to figure out, okay, we're doing all this work.
How do we maximize?
How do we maximize it?
What does maximize mean?
So I guess we're having trouble figuring out like
How to get people to listen?
Yeah, that and how to get people to engage with our content, making sure it's not like our podcast episodes aren't too long. We do it on YouTube also.
It has nothing to do with length. Joe Rogan's long as fuck.
Yeah, and
Don't use length as an excuse.
So we've been using some of your strategy where we have like videos on YouTube that's like an hour 45, and then we'll break it up. We'll have 2-minute videos on Instagram, 30-second clips on
Do you know that for 4.5 years, I put out ungodly amounts of content and nobody was watching every day? 4.5 years. Do you know that? Do all of you know that?
So I think maybe COVID messed with me a little bit because now I'm trying to figure out like a good system. I'm very, very much impressed by how you're able to manage your social media like pretty much all by yourself. And
well, not really. I mean, now I have a humongous fucking team. Now I did it all by myself for 7 years, so I know it's possible.
Yeah.
The question becomes a couple things. How much TikTok content are you putting out? Tell the truth, because you know I'm going to punch you in the face.
No, I don't want to get punched, Gary. I'm going to tell the truth.
I'm going to punch you verbally because I don't do the physical shit. But I'm telling you right now, bro, when I ask that question and I get that body reaction from you, you know it makes me want to take this fucking laptop and smash your fucking face with it. You know that, right?
I know.
I'll tell you why. I'll tell you why. Because when you want it that bad and I'm pounding in your fucking skull for free that all the action's happening over there, why the fuck are you two coming up with excuses for not doing it? That's what I want to know.
You're absolutely right. Like, so
I think it's just fear. It's just we're
shit. I know what it is. And I know that most people either do well getting out of fear through warmth or through some straight shooting shit. I'm giving you my straight shooting shit right now because I know you're warping each other and it's not fucking working.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I think for me, like outside of fear, it's just like a feeling of overwhelmness when I think about all of the different options.
That's because you're out here saying that you're going to be the next me. That's why you're overwhelmed.
I'm thinking too big.
Yes, bro.
Thinking way too big.
The reason you're overwhelmed is you're telling me to my face you're the next me. And you haven't gotten out of the gate yet. And that's crippling you. That doesn't mean you shouldn't have big ambitions. Mm-hmm. But if you're overthinking, your ambitions are crippling you.
Because I'm always thinking, okay, well, if I'm going to spend an hour, I need to do the best to maximize that hour. And then I'm looking at so many different options until the hour already passed.
Trying to figure out what to do next.
So I think like pre-COVID.
It's not too late, Raul, on TikTok. It just started. Go ahead.
What are your thoughts on
what are good options for
LinkedIn
podcasts?
LinkedIn and TikTok is free organic reach. Where the fuck are you all at? I've been telling you this shit for 18 months.
You have, and I'm wondering.
And I'm not talking about just you two. I'm looking at all the faces in here that have ambitions, that want shit to happen, that are trying to get it out here. The fuck are you doing in the Zoom right now?
What about
you could be watching Netflix? You could be playing PS5. You could be listening to some music. You're fucking in here because you want something.
Yes.
And I'm telling you the free shit. I'm not even charging you for this shit. I'm telling you your fucking face. TikTok, LinkedIn. TikTok, LinkedIn. TikTok, LinkedIn. You got a fucking podcast.
Yeah.
I'm asking everybody in here, why the fuck aren't you executing on what I'm telling you? The answer is because you're insecure. The answer is because you're insecure. The answer is because you don't fully believe me. The answer is a million fucking other things, but it's all right in your fucking dome. And I don't know how to get the fuck out of you, but I'm trying a million different ways. I'll go sweet. I'll go different. I'll go like this rant right now because one of you fuckers might do it because this is the moment. I'm doing secret content. I fucking made a secret Zoom for you fuckers tonight. Here we are. I don't need to be doing this shit. I'm dying out here for you guys. I mean it. I want it for you real bad. You know why? Not because I'm fucking Mother Teresa, not because I'm on some altruistic shit, because it's real. It's real as fuck. But I can't help you if you don't fix the fucking well, which is your fucking dome, and if you don't do the shit I tell you.
That's true.
TikTok, LinkedIn. You know why? Because when you post on those platforms, more people than you deserve will see it.
You're
and then
right.
It will go away. I lived it. I lived it on Twitter. I lived it on Facebook. Lived it on Instagram. You can't do that shit on Instagram now.
So here's what I'm getting. I'm aiming a little bit high, and I think that's probably what's helping me. What's getting me overwhelmed. So I get that. So I think if we say, because right now we don't even have 1,000 like subscribers on YouTube or anything like that. We have less than 1,000 followers on Instagram. I'm thinking by the time that, like, let's say you have an opening of 10 minutes next year in June of 2020 or something like that, we want to get there. We want to get to that point of
get where?
What's that?
To get to 1,000?
Get to 1,000 at least.
For what? to high five yourselves? The fuck does that mean, bro? The
You're
fuck
right.
does 1,000 mean?
I think
What's
I'm
wrong?
trying
Why wasn't 500 good enough? Why isn't 5,000 good enough? Bro, you're making fake goals. The fuck will that mean? What happens when you hit 1,000? I'll get you 1,000 right now. What's your fucking YouTube?
At In Comes the Money.
Spell that shit.
INCOMES.
Hold on 1 second. Twitter.com.
Let's see if I feel different.
You're not gonna feel different, bro. You're gonna feel the same bullshit you feel right now. How is it spelled?
In Comes the Money. INCOMES.
I see you. You guys are very cute. Good thumbnails. I'm impressed.
Thanks, Gary.
Good. All right, I'm subscribing. You have 143 subscribers. Now you have 144. Now I'm going here. Please, if I've ever done anything for you,
I appreciate that, Gary.
you're gonna appreciate the next part more. Anything for you, please follow this lovely couple.
Oh,
AK subscribe.
I'm seeing notifications.
That's only coming from the people in here. I haven't even posted yet. I'm trying to teach these.
I'm impressed by how you execute for real.
That's all I fucking do, bro. People think all I do is talk. All I do is fucking make shit happen. Listen to me.
Do it.
Man, here you go, everybody. Here's the fucking link. Click it, everybody fucking, all of us follow. They're very lovely. It'll be fun. Here it is. There's a link. I really mean it. I really fucking, truly fucking expect all of you to follow it right now. For real, for real, for real. But here's the real question, my man. You're not going to feel any different at 1,000.
I think I've developed an internal expectation of
Period. Stop right there.
Mm-hmm.
And that is the end of the game for you. Fuck expectations. Focus on process. Do you love doing the show?
I love the process.
Yeah, it's
Good.
awesome.
Good.
I feel like we're teaching ourselves stuff, and then we review it, and we're like, "Oh man, that's so cool."
Good.
And then
you love the process, yet you have anxiety and tension and unhappiness around the whole thing because of expectations, bro.
That is so true. We've actually said that on the podcast, and I'm a big victim of it. So so I think along with the process, part of what gives me anxiety is my lack of execution. And I've always been curious about what your routine is.
My routine is I was blessed. My routine was I was blessed with operational capabilities, and then I honed them since I was 5 years old, and now I'm 45. Talent. Just like you were blessed with good looks, bro.
Look at that compliment.
Yeah, the little man like that shit. Let's go. Listen to me. You are not an operator.
I'm not.
Good news. You don't need to be.
She is.
Good. So stop worrying about operating. Start worrying about community and content. You're not in your community enough, my man.
Yeah. And that's creating more anxiety for me. I don't know if anyone else can relate. It's gotten worse during COVID. I think because my routine has just hit a big.
Bro, COVID exposed things. It didn't create things.
Yeah.
Let me give you an example. Right? Like you're producing a really nice YouTube show. I like it. I'm really you're putting it in. It's a nice looking thing. You guys are doing it. But you don't understand right now is that the world works on everything you do after the show, not the show. I put out garbage lighting content. I put out garbage production unless my team does some. Big shout out to Abby for yesterday's post. That was fire. But I'm out here putting out volume and message. You're putting all your energy. I could see it from a mile away. You two are putting all your energy into the production of the show, not the awareness of the show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We wanted it to be something that we loved.
Good. Well, then if you wanted it to be that, then stop talking all the other bullshit. Because now you love it. You're good. You won. But that's not what you want. That's the bullshit coming out of your mouth.
Yeah. I want both.
Calling your bluff.
Yeah. I think because the expectations of everyone else kind of drives it, and it also messes with my anxiety because I know I love it, I know it's great content, and I would
Whose
like to provide
expectation?
that value.
What others? Who?
No, myself. Like since I was young, I have this personality where I just feel the need to achieve. And even if it's not up to your expectations, if I feel like I've done like everything that I can so that by the time I'm dead, I've been used as much as I possibly can.
Well,
I
but by the
feel
way,
like I'm
keep going.
misused. I feel like I'm misused or underused if no one even sees the effort that we've put into something.
No, bro, that's you trying. No, that's wrong. You have it reversed.
Can you elaborate, please?
Of course. Everything you just said was about you. Everything that you just said was selfish.
It was, yeah. You're right. It was kind of selfish. No one here cares specifically about what I'm trying to do.
No.
How I feel about it.
It's not even that. It's that you want them to look up to you.
That is true. I want them to be like, oh, he's the man. He's good.
I know what you want.
What he just said was dope. You're right.
Which is why it's not happening.
That's right.
It's the reverse, my guy.
So for
you ready for this? You ready for this?
I'm ready.
I don't give a fuck that everybody here thinks I'm the guy.
You are though, by the way.
But because I care about knowing that I have so much to give and just giving and letting the chips fall, and whether I'm the guy or not the guy, my team will tell you I have no fucking idea. I posted the other day in our thread that I was pumped that my idea of my 3 cups post was the worst post we've ever had. Now, one could sit here and say, yeah, but you can easy now. No, that's who I was always. Bro, either you're doing it out here for them or you're doing it out here for you. Right now, you're doing it solely for you.
So what motivates you to continue even when the results of, because you have to have like certain
because I like when there's no results. I believe I deserve them. I believe you two deserve not having subscribers.
Mm-hmm. So you can learn from it.
Of course.
We've learned from it.
Bro, the market's always right.
Yeah, we did just get started too.
You did, but stick with me. It's not about that, because that goes again in excuse land.
Yeah.
Like, and it's not about winning or not winning. Let him do his thing. I love it. Listen to me. It's not about you just started. It's not about how many views you have or you're not. It's you understanding that you have to do content that's good for them. And if you don't have subscribers, they're right, not you.
Yeah.
And my intuition is that you're like, why aren't they seeing it yet?
Yeah. That is true, because I feel like some of this stuff marketing wise is formulaic in a way where if you put the right keywords, you do X, Y, and Z, you should be able to get a little bit more than if you did none of that, whether you have good content or not. And so I feel like once you've done all the work,
first of all, you haven't done it well enough because it would have worked. It's just math. But I promise you, the problem is listen to how you're thinking. Let me break this down for everybody. Let me break down your psyche, because this will help, I think. First, you're about you. You want the admiration, the fame. You're worried about it from your perspective. This is all I'm hearing. Then, the next thing you're worried about is hacking YouTube for you. First, I want it. I want to win. We're going to win. We're going to be that cute black couple. We're going to fucking win. The world's going to love us. This is our time. Then all your energy is, let's either buy some bullshit YouTube hacking course or find some free content, and we figured out how to meta tag or thumbnail. Why the fuck isn't it happening? None of this has been about doing shit for people that will bring them tons of value. Yep. All right. Yeah. My time is up here. I will do this again.
I appreciate it, Gary.
I love all of you. I hope everybody has a great night, a good evening, all that shit. I love everybody. Have a great night. Thank you for being a part of this, everyone. Take care. YouTube watcher, what's up? It's Garyvee. First of all, thank you so much. I hope you're doing super well during these times. I also want to ask you, please subscribe, because my commitment and exploration of YouTube is about to explode. Stories, polls, more content, more engagement, more surprise and delight. This is the time to subscribe. I hope you consider it, and I hope I see you soon.